And one, we're live. There we go. Pat, what's going on, man? How we doing?
What's up, man? It's been a minute. How you been?
Oh, there we go. I was just on mute. Good, good. I just got back from a run. One of those. I had my day off. I was on call overnight, so I got out at 10 this morning, and then just went to work today, man. How about you?
I feel you, man. I was up pretty early today. I got a workout in first thing in the morning, and some meetings and work, and now here we are.
Now here we are. What meetings you have? Anything good going on?
Just kind of recalibration type of things, things that need to be done to make sure things run as smooth as possible.
Right. So, wait, with the office? Anything else? Anything?
In terms of meetings,
Yeah, yeah.
no, just recalibration stuff that needs to be had. Every once in a while, you got to recalibrate because kind of like think about it yourself. We form good habits, and sometimes we kind of revert back to some of the bad habits we had, and if we don't nip that in the butt, then we derail. And that's the same thing with business at the end of the day.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, I know what you mean by recalibrate. Yeah, sometimes you get off track a little bit. You kind of get into the weeds. Got to bring it back to what you focus on. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Would you work out today?
I just honestly did a bunch of pull-ups and
Only pull-ups?
Yeah, tricep things too.
Oh, okay. I was like,
Yeah.
dude, you wake up, do like 5,000 pull-ups, and then you go to work. Only
I
pull-ups.
mean, I think I knocked out a total of like 70 this morning.
That's a lot of 70 pull-ups.
Yeah, but I mean, I didn't do like 70 straight, and it
Oh
wasn't
yeah,
like, and it was just over the course of the entire workout, like alternating like 10 to like 6 pull ups at a time, and then those the dips, that's what they're called.
yeah. The dips. Do you do any
Yeah.
weights?
What about you?
Any weights or just calisthenics?
Just that was it today.
How long does that take?
Man, maybe like 15 minutes. It's pretty quick. I didn't have too much time.
Yeah, but you fit it in. I hear you entirely because I haven't done a real lift. Speaking of working out, I haven't done a real lift in 2 years, 2.5 years, and because you need to a lot, like at least a solid hour to get everything in. You know what I mean? And then you got the warm up, you got the cool down, you have the bulk of the workout. I've just been doing 30 to 45 minutes in the basement of my building here. I only have dumbbells up to 50 pounds, so I do like six super sets. It's only 6 sets, but it seems to be working. And I do. Have you ever? Oh, you would love this, by the way. You would put on some serious muscle doing this. In between, say, 3 of your sets, take dumbbells. Start with maybe 5 pounds. Next month you do 7.5. The month after that, 10, and do 12 reps, 10 reps, 8 reps of squat thrusts. Hold the dumbbells and go down. You do a push up, go
Yeah,
up, you do the down. I swear to God, it's changed my physique entirely.
I believe it, man.
I would if you were to check that out. I want to know what you think.
Yeah, I might have to start incorporating that. Just constantly staying active, and especially during the workout, like honestly, minimal rest and just like bang it out so your muscles are tired, and then you'll be good.
Oh yeah,
So, how's residency been?
it's going. I got 1 year and a month left now, so we're getting there. It's same amount of BS, but doing more of the bigger surgery, I would say. So
Good.
focusing on that good stuff. Although
That's that's good.
it's about as good as I'll
So
get. So
I saw you posted that story about what kind of topics we got to talk about. What have people been saying?
yes. So actually, I sent you a screenshot of one of them, and they were
Yeah.
wondering what kind of differentiates someone who's like takes what is the PPO plan? I forget what PPO stands for. Do you remember what
Uh, I forget. It's
preferred
like
preferred provider organization? I think something like that.
yes,
So like takes insurance versus not insurance. That was one of the topics they wanted to into.
yeah. I mean, as a new dentist, you're kind of screwed if you don't take insurance. It's going to be very, very difficult for you to be cash only. If you want to start something completely brand new, even if you purchase like a cash only office, it's going to be very difficult for you to maintain that over the course of time because people are so insurance driven, and you essentially have to have a very wealthy patient pool if you want to maintain something like that.
Right.
Because how are you going to get new patients? Uh, naturally, people get old and they die, and your newer patients 10, 15, 20 years from now,
Mhm.
they're maybe years old right now, 30 years old right now, right? And they're very insurance driven.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's going to be tough if you're not doing big surgical cases or big cosmetic cases.
It's yeah, because I mean, essentially, like I think one step back, you're getting into kind of taking insurance versus just going private, not like fee for service. Fee for service, like I'm gonna try and explain that in terms of who asked that question. Fee for service is kind of when cash, if you will, for the and you're not taking insurance. If they want to run it by insurance, they get submitted to that. The patient, I mean, um, but then that requires you to have a reputation where people are coming to you and they're fine with just paying completely out of pocket, regardless of what insurance will help with. And it's exactly what you're
Exactly.
saying. If you're going to try and come right out of whether it be residency, dental school, I know a lot of students coming out of, I can't say institution names, but going right into practice. And how do you know someone's willing to pay for your work out of pocket? No one knows what you do. No one knows your
Exactly.
name. Where did you come from? Why would they pay out of pocket for your work, fresh out of school, versus someone else? So a lot of it is kind of dictated by patients. That's how I would describe this. And as your schedule gets more packed, and now your schedule's booked out 4 or 5 months, well, now you got to kind of you can't make it challenging, but you need to I don't know, you need to make more room for emergencies that come into the office. You need to make room for that infection that you got to go drain. Um, you have to make room for the procedures you love to do day in day out. And I think that's
Yeah.
going to require you to kind of say, look, 3 months or 8 months from now, I'm not taking insurance anymore. So I don't know if you want to stick with me. I'd like it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. How would you transition off insurance plans?
I think you have to be very, very unique. One being those two things, very surgical, very cosmetic, right? And have built a brand. The other thing being unique in the sense of like concierge medicine, if that kind of makes sense. A lot of people are having this distrust in doctors and healthcare providers as a whole. And so in medicine, a lot of people are transit. You're going to see a lot less patients, but you can charge a lot more. But they're transferring to this concierge service where they're. It's kind of like a holistic approach to medicine,
Mm, mm,
right? Like,
mm.
let's try to heal you from within and not do, and do alternative types of medicines, right? That's not
Right.
pharmaceutical. And if you can kind of set yourself up like that as a dentist, I think you're going to bring in a unique set of very health conscious individuals, but it's going to be concierge based, right? You'll do restorative work and things like that, but it's how can we attack the problems you have from like a whole body approach, but starting from the mouth.
Interesting. That's an
Yeah, I
interesting
think
take on.
I think that's it's going to have to be concierge based, and you're going to have a lot of people who want that, right? But it's your brand. You set yourself up for that, or an oral DNA base, things like that.
Exactly. Actually, Dr. Louis Chen mentioned this, where the spa kind of feel of a dental office, like you're not going to get treatment necessarily. You're going to get to a spa where you are getting dental treatment. I don't know. I forget the way he described it, but it was such a good aspect, like perspective, because you're going to the dentist office to get something that you don't need. This is elective, and then therefore you're paying out of pocket rather than running by insurance. It's an interesting thought. Speaking of the holistic medicine, I keep seeing this stuff, TikTok and everything. What do you think of these people not brushing the teeth with fluoride toothpaste?
But like they're using like hydroxyapatite, or they're just not using anything.
I don't know. I don't know what they're using. They're using like some holistic. I don't know.
I mean, if you're using nanohydroxyapatite, like I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah.
That's fine. My issue, because of my own personal experience, I believe fluoride is better because I have a lot of work done in my mouth. Tons of fillings, tons of crowns, right? I've had that happen over the course of time. And we know we are trying to bond something that's not natural to a tooth. Even if the best dentist on the planet did it, we're still bonding two different things together, right? So naturally, I have more sensitivity. And I tried making the switch over to nanohydroxyapatite, and my sensitivity came back. And I was not using a fluoride toothpaste that has like potassium nitrate in it to help with sensitivity. It was just straight up like prescription based fluoride toothpaste. And when I switched over to nanohydroxyapatite, sensitivity came back. I was like, dude, I cannot do this. This is not for me. And I imagine a lot of other people will be experiencing the same thing. And I give that unique perspective because I'm a dentist. I know what's going on in the mouth, right? And I'm a fan of nanohydroxyapatite, but for me, I said I cannot do it. I can't substitute it because I'm having that sensitivity, and I don't give a crap about uh, what people are saying about fluoride if I'm having that sensitivity.
Yeah.
I just can't go through life with that.
I hear you. I'm curious, the hydroxyapatites desiccant and abrasive properties. I'm wondering if that had to do anything with the sensitivity.
I just don't think it's as potent as fluoride. I think that's the big thing.
Interesting.
Like they claim this potency that's a lot higher, just as good, but in my own mouth, I didn't see that, and I didn't want to stick around to try to see if how much longer I can do that because the sensitivity was coming back to kind of how it was before I switched to like Prevident toothpaste.
Oh yeah, just not worth it. It's funny you mention that. I have very sensitive teeth too in certain areas. Like I tried to do one of the, in dental school, one of those companies brings in the high powered whitening kit. I literally put that thing in about 2.5 seconds. It felt like a lightning bolt went through my jaw, and so it's probably got to do with gum recession. It's probably got to do with the open dentin tubules and stuff. What are we gonna do, Pat? What are we gonna do?
If you don't have a lot of work that had been done, a lot of fillings, like I think you should be fine.
I don't actually. I don't have one filling, believe it or not.
Yeah, the nanohydroxyapatite would probably be amazing for you. Right? I don't really care to do too much more research and looking into that. I say go for it, use it if you want to.
Yeah.
If you want fluoride, go for it, use it, because quite honestly, we're not ingesting it at the rate that people want to make it seem like you are with drinking water. I'm not a fan of drinking fluoride water. I don't agree with that. I don't think that's good. I think it's bad. But fluoride toothpaste, it's not like drinking water.
We're not eating the toothpaste. That's what I never understood with the argument. I'm like, you're spitting out the toothpaste, right? Are you just swallowing it after you brush your teeth? What are you worried about then if you're spitting it out? Like,
exactly.
I don't know.
So, but hey, I mean, it's that's part of the holistic concierge approach. That's going to be something that's going to be pushed very heavily. And I mean, it's something to think about and to incorporate if you want to be that holistic type of dentist, right?
Yeah. What's another question that came up? What is your most right now? What's been your favorite operation, procedure, surgery, non-surgical procedure as of late? What's been your favorite?
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of cosmetic work.
Yeah, tell me about it. Like what part? Veneers, whitening,
veneers, crowns, that type of stuff. Because I think I told you, but like I'd set up this marketing thing with my partner, and like we're officially going to be going live towards the end of this month. We got everything ready to go with our like campaigns and all that stuff, and we're going to start rolling that out to other offices. But obviously, we've been testing it in my office, and with that, just drawing in a lot more cosmetic cases, and it's fun. I think I love it, man. It's you bang out $8 to $10, $11, $12,000 in a half day.
Wow.
Some of these days, and it's really transformational stuff that you're doing for patients, and it's awesome to see when you deliver it. Like people look at themselves in the mirror and they're just like, "Wow!" Like I'm a completely different person. Like I can smile, I can talk the way that I feel I should have been talking. It's cool.
And if you want to touch on this too, Dr. Appa has talked about this, especially with cosmetics. the lab is so crucial. Do you use like have you switched labs in the years? What's kind of been your history with what lab you use for the stuff?
Um, I've used this lab, Neo Dental Lab.
Hmm.
They are based out of California. They have a like satellite office in Vegas, and it's a Pacific Dental Services lab. Like we're contracted with them, but like I'm very close with one of the executives. I actually text with the actual CEO. Like she sends me my cases and stuff like that, and so I think it's we've built a good relationship. And so we communicate a lot in terms of things I don't like about a case. Like they send me the mock ups and everything, and I'm basically taking a screenshot of it on my phone and drawing things out that I want to tweak and change. And stuff is coming back looking beautiful the way that I want it to, the way that the patients want to. And I think it's because of the communication that I have with the lab,
Right.
the put in them, the trust they put in me, but it's that open line of communication at the end of the day is I think what separates you. Because how bad are labs really going to be? I don't know, but like if you have good rapport, you guys chit chat about random things in life, you wine and dine them, they wine and dine you. It's just about the relationships at the end of the day, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna put your neck out for somebody, you're gonna fight for somebody, you're gonna put in a little bit more effort for somebody you like, for somebody that you have a relationship with versus some new person that you don't know, or somebody that you have a relationship with, but it's not that great.
Right. Right.
And I think that's the big key. And obviously, like the lab has to be good, but they're going to put more effort for you versus somebody that they're not that close with.
Right, right. Of course, of course. Give you a little bit more attention. Yeah, I definitely hear that. I see that a bit with these rep companies. A lot of they give like the plates for like fractures and stuff and big materials, and then they try and dip into other categories. Like one does a lot of bone grafting, and then now they're trying to do implants and they're trying to do plates as well. And I don't know. It's always fascinating to me how like certain tendings will only work with one company. How do you get to that
Yeah,
point? You know what I mean? You know what I
yeah.
mean? A
It's
lot of whining and dining going on, you know?
it's a lot of whining and the day. It's relationships. Like if we got a good setup, like why switch things out if I'm getting my implants 20, 30, 40% cheaper with you guys versus some other company, right?
Yeah,
And then the
yeah.
reps you, and when they come into town, like naturally, uh, if they hit you up versus other people that they're representing, and they take you guys out to dinner, you and your friends or whatever, that means you guys have a good
Hmm.
relationship. They're normal human beings. They want to party, they want to drink, they want to be able to be normal human beings, right? And if we can do that, that's awesome, right? Versus the nerd who doesn't reach out, who's just buying the implants and just doesn't have good communication. It's like people want to work with people they like
Yeah,
at the end of
that they mesh well
the day.
with.
Exactly. They're all allotted a certain percentage that they can discount and CE courses they can offer to people or trips they can offer to dentists and things like that. That's built into their budget. And how do they pick and choose those individuals? Do they like you? Do you guys hang out? Do you get dinners? Do you guys party and do random things like that? Right?
Right.
I mean, they'll pay for a table in Vegas. That's awesome. They're not inviting everybody to do something like that. So,
Next time you get a table in Vegas, can you just let me know? Let me know
yeah,
so I can come through.
yeah, definitely, man.
Oh man, it's been a while since I've gotten a table with. Wait, oh, I could have gone to one. I was down in Miami a couple weeks ago for my probably future brother and sister in law's wedding, and they had gotten a table at a club, but I couldn't make it out that night. But uh,
Yeah,
anyway, let's switch topics a little bit. So you're dating now, right? We got 8 minutes left. You're dating now.
yeah.
You got a
I have this
girlfriend.
girl. Yeah, for quite some time.
How long? How long has it been?
It's been since like August.
It's been that long?
Yeah, it's been a long time.
When was the last time we got on a chat? That was roughly 6 months ago with Sean? Yeah,
I think it was towards the end of last year.
yeah. It's 4 or 5 months. That was like 4 or 5 months ago, and that was with Sean. Okay, so I didn't realize that you. So you've been buckled down for over 9 months now.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's going well. Everything's
Been,
good.
yeah.
Is she into crypto?
Yeah, honestly, she's kind of getting into that.
Seriously?
Yeah, she's in the events business, right? And she owns her own company. She's pretty savvy, understands finances and how to make money, and she honestly makes more than most dentists on this planet do. But I think a lot of people don't understand, how do I grow my wealth without necessarily having to grow my company or the physical labor I do or whatever, right?
Right.
And kind of when we met and then getting closer and closer and those types of things, she sees the other things that I'm doing, primarily with like crypto, and that's kind of like piqued her interest. Um, she bought Bitcoin a while back and like has kind of seen it like go up and down, and she's seen it kind of trending in that upwards direction. But then I'll be open with her. It's like, dude, I put in a couple $1,000s here. Like I made $15,000 off this, right? Like this, like what I did 2 days ago was paying for this entire weekend that we're spending a couple $1,000s on, right? And
Oh,
yeah, on that,
yeah.
it started to kind of pique her interest, and she reads about a lot of things, and every once in a while she'll send me a question or some article like, what do you think about this? I heard this, like how true is it? Like, or she'll be following somebody on Instagram and is like, oh, they're like posting about this left and right, like what do you think about this? So it's like, it's cool
Wow.
to get.
So you guys are really growing with each other. That's impressive. Not many girls out there doing that. She's listening to you. She's reading that. She's running stuff by you. You're running stuff by her. I love that stuff. Now, so you said that she did. Did she read the BitBoy crypto book that you had sent? This is like a year ago. You sent it out. She didn't read that one. Okay. All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. Um,
I've her to read certain books. She hasn't done that, so
but she's doing all.
it
She's
is what
kind
it
of
is.
taking her own path though. That's pretty good. Um,
Yeah.
so she owns her own company. One company.
Yeah, it's based out of Australia actually. So because she used to live there before she moved out here, and so she's got an event business out there. It's like yacht chartering type of stuff, and yeah, it's booming for her.
She's
But
Australian.
no, she's not. She's from Michigan, but she packed her bags a while back, moved out to Australia, and stayed out there for about 5 years, I want to say, and then her dad lives out here, so she moved out here kind of when things were really getting fucking crazy with the pandemic. And I mean, lockdowns in Australia were just fucking ridiculous. And so he was like, I gotta get out. And Vegas wasn't really going to be the place that she was going to stay at for too long, kind of maybe a year. And we met, and it's been for her a little over 2 years now that she's been out here.
Wow. Great. And then, so
Yeah.
last August, how'd you guys meet? If I don't want to pry and get too personal, but I'm just curious. I met my girlfriend on Hinge. How'd you meet her?
Hinge.
No
Dating app
way. Are
Hinge.
you serious? That's awesome though. So you hit it off. Did she see
Yeah.
what car you drive?
Yeah, actually, the first day she was like, she was talking
Douchebag. No,
about
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
buying this Porsche, right? And that's what she wanted to do, and she was like trying to like broker with somebody in Miami to get it like shipped over, and it was just kind of like a weird, sketchy situation. And I mean, I respected that. I mean, it wasn't a cheap car, and that ended up falling through. She's like, I'm just gonna get a Cadillac. We ended up hopping on a flight down we flew down to Phoenix and drove up to Tucson, and we ended up picking up a Cadillac for her, and then drove all the way back to Vegas. That was like, I think, the third or fourth week that we had hung out.
What was she
So
doing without a car?
she rented she was like renting some Jeep or something like that, because in her mind she was gonna get this Porsche, but that fell through. She knew she was gonna get a car, and
So it was
it
just
was just
renting
kind
for yeah. Yeah.
of, yeah.
Got it.
So
You guys aren't living together yet, right? I mean, it's only been 9 months.
no, but my lease, when that is up, we're gonna end up moving together. That's the plan.
When's your lease up?
So it is up almost like a year from July, but I'm gonna get out of that about 6 months early. Go from there.
Oh, great, great. Are you going to kind of stay in your area? You thinking to go a little bit further? How far away do you live right now from your office?
Not too far. It's just the traffic.
How long is the traffic? What's your commute looking like?
Ah, man, it varies anywhere from 20 minutes to like 45 minutes. It really depends because there's so much construction going on. But when construction is going to be all said and done, it'll probably be about 20, 25 minutes at us.
Is that going to be anytime
So
soon though? If you're going to move out and like,
honestly, I don't know, man. Vegas is a city, and I have never lived in a place that had more construction than this. From my hometown, San Diego, to Detroit, it is ridiculous how construction traffic is.
oh, there's been so
Yeah,
much traffic around here lately.
it is. It is.
And this
It is.
construction, it's like one road, and it'll take them a year and a half to do one 2 mile road. What are they doing over there? They're doing one rock a day. Like what?
I don't. I don't know.
Oh,
But how are you and your girl?
we're good. We're good, man. She still doesn't live with me. Her parents basically they own the apartment that she lives in, the Upper West Side, and I'm in
Nice.
Midtown on the East Side. It's so unfortunately it's opposites, and there's no subway train kind of going that direction, so it's kind of opposite. But I do the city bike. I wouldn't recommend it. It actually is very dangerous. We see a lot of people from
Yeah.
city bikes, but I can't afford an Uber everywhere, and all the subways are on basically the other side of Manhattan. So that will
Yeah.
double my commute time to her. When sometimes I'm literally going up for like a Friday night, and or
Yeah.
like 24 hours. I'm not gonna put another half
That's,
hour in my commute time when that's like hangouts anyway.
yeah.
So I don't know, probably not good. But yeah, everything's good. We just started another startup together. Her, me,
Nice.
and a girl in Spain that I met through Scott Graham. He's a consultant for oral surgery practices, and we're doing marketing for things like dental practices. We keep trying to get, because I do top wineries, we keep trying to get wineries on board, but all they want is a feature. And it's like, sure, we can
Yeah.
feature you. It's not going to do anything. You need to
Yeah.
understand how to make content, and we will show you how to do that. Obviously, it's going to cost us because we're going to put time out of our schedules. No, and they don't want to do it. Wineries, we tried Oregon, California, Italy, Germany, France, and none of them want to take the next step. It's like they just want to give it to their niece, their in-house marketing team, who wants to take a picture of a
Yeah.
wine bottle in a bush, and it's like, what are we doing here?
Dude, I know exactly what you're talking.
You know exactly what I'm talking about. It doesn't work. It doesn't work.
Yeah, it's about content, man. It is truly, truly, truly about
The
content, and
little
that's what I appreciate.
Canva heart with Happy Mother's Day in the middle, made on Canva or whatever that app. Like, what? Come on.
And you post once every like 3-4 weeks. It's like, dude, people want videos. They just want to, like, it doesn't even have to be a good video. Like, literally, people will just watch that.
Just talk. Just talk to the camera. Tell them what you do during the like. What's the weirdest thing that happened today? Just talk about it. Get it under 25 seconds. Put captions on it.
People,
Throw it out there.
yeah.
Oh
But let's another topic, and then I gotta
yeah,
bounce.
yeah. Me too, man. Yeah, time for dinner. But cool. So this is actually. Now I'm thinking about it. We did one half a year to a year ago. Then we did the one with Sean. So that was part two. I'm gonna put this in as part three. So we kind of like start to get a tally going.
Right on.
Yeah, I mean that's it, man. You what are your thoughts on the Cybertruck and Elon? Well, let's just stick to the Cybertruck. That's a big can of worms.
Uh, um, I mean, I just heard it has a lot of recalls. From what I know and what I'm gathering is people, they don't want electric vehicles. They just want Teslas. They would
Hmm.
much rather have a hybrid gas powered car or a Tesla. They don't want anything else, right? But I think it's just a eye catching car. I did see something very interesting where like Austin has this like rule where you can't have billboards in downtown or something like
Hmm.
that. And real estate company ended up purchasing a Cybertruck, and they basically slapped their like logo on the Cybertruck and parked it like on this really really busy street, and that's a billboard marketing in a very prime area, and it's viral because everybody takes photos of a Cybertruck. They're like, my God, right? And I know like one of the big hotels in downtown called Circa, they're raffling out a Cybertruck like by the end of like this week or something like that, and it says Circa on it, and you have to like, it's like in the rules that you legally have to have um, the like branding on the car for however long if you want to drive it,
Interesting.
and like free marketing. I think that is what a lot of people are using it for now, is kind of eye-catching marketing, and people will be like, oh,
Yeah.
that's a truck. What is Circa? Let me Google it. And they look it up. They're like, oh, it's a hotel in downtown. That's cool. Like 50 people do that a day. 100 people do that a day. Probably way more than that. And it's just free eyeballs at that point for a
Yeah.
$70,000 truck at that point.
That's crazy. I didn't even think of that. That's a really good idea. I mean, I don't know if I would do it, but no, that's a great marketing tactic. Yeah, because everyone's taking pictures of these things, and then everyone loves to shit talk it. Everyone loves to say, "Oh, they're so ugly. I'm gonna take a photo of it anyway."
Yeah, exactly.
And yeah, it looks a
I think
little weird. I want to get the one in all black. I think that one looks pretty
it's
hot, honestly.
pretty cool. Yeah, silver is a little different. It's
It's pretty different. Yeah,
yeah.
dude. All right.
Well,
What was that?
what are your thoughts?
I I like. I want to get in all black. I think it's sexy for whatever in all black. I think it's sexy. Silver, it's like kind of looks like a tinfoil thing, you know. But
Didn't you put a deposit?
yeah, hell yeah, I did. I'm gonna get one now.
Nice.
It's a 12 to 18 month wait, and I talked to the guy. He's like, it's more like 18 to 24, and I'm like, perfect. I graduate residency in 15 months, so let's do it. And I think it's great. Number one thing is functional. And so it's
Yeah,
it's electric. You're going to save a lot of money. Just put a little port in the garage. Two, I want to have some kids someday, and the
yeah.
most dangerous part of our lives is the commute. It is, and that thing is an exoskeleton that's bulletproof. Like, what besides an ambulance? What's a safer thing on the road for a kid?
A
Probably,
Rolls Royce, a Tesla, that like a
right?
Model S. Like you're driving a tank, Ford F-350, like that, something big and massive.
Dude, it's literally
So,
it's the safest thing on. It's one of the top 10 safest thing, five things on the road. Like, why wouldn't you? So I don't know. I think it's not about me. I'm not trying to get some thing to take pictures of. I'm trying to think of kids. I'm trying to think of the environment. I'm trying to get to and
yeah,
from work. I don't know. I think it'd be pretty sweet.
I feel you. Hey, always good talking to you, dude.
You too, man. You too, man. Let's I got to get that story post up a little earlier next time. That'll be part 4, and we'll plan it whenever we catch a date. Also, think about who you want talk, chat with people that you're in contact with, Instagram, whether it be X, whatever. Like, let's get a third guest on. Let's chat it up.
All right, man. Works for me. Take it easy.
All right, dude. Thanks for coming on.
See ya.